Gabe, what really impressed me about the film was just how much you and Connor really felt like longtime best friends. Obviously, you had a really strong script, but how was it kind of finding that back and forth between you two?
Oh, well, we got to and we had like 2 weeks of prep time to just roam around Nebraska and become really close. And putting ourselves in the mindset of like we will become best friends, I think is really beneficial. Our guards were dropped, our filters came off, and we just made fun of each other a lot and joked around, but we could really rely on each other. And it really just became incredibly familial really fast. And so we were just felt really safe to hit each other and experiment and just yeah, we just loved each other.
Yeah, that's incredible, and that extra time definitely paid off. And Connor, Gabe talked about hitting each other. A lot of the scenes just end with you two fighting each other, and there's some real aggression later on, but most of the fighting's lovingly. How was it kind of filming that physicality that was in the film? It's a real fun element.
Oh, it was so fun. Those 2 weeks we had before were great. We got to work with our stunt guy Brady and work through some of the stuff before we got to set. And a lot of that was just wrestling like in real life, just kind of pushing each other, like getting comfortable with all the stuff that we shot. But yeah, it was so fun, and it was cool to have the cameras in there because they were JP and like the whole crew was a part of it. Like everyone was just like tussling around. It was great.
And Gabe, Moose is seen as a bad influence by AJ's parents. What did you like most about playing a very outgoing character that is always doing something?
It's fun, man. It's really fun. You can the Adam's dialogue is just um so out there and it felt very authentic to a lot of people I grew up around and parts of myself as a kid and it's just like growing up I never got playing someone who doesn't hold back, um, who just is like constant in putting his thoughts into the world, whether they're good or bad. Uh, it's a really freeing, and it was just fun.
And Connor, you have some hilarious scenes in this film. There a lot of hormones are about. You're making out with the mirror, which it really got me good. How is it kind of embracing the awkwardness of those moments and of the teenage years?
I think it's unfortunately, as much as I don't like to say, it's authentic. It's authentic. A lot of that the scene you're specifically talking about was I wasn't going around making out with mirrors when I was 14 though. I don't think, but yeah, I mean we've all been there. I mean we've all been worried about our first kiss. I mean if you're out here saying you haven't made out with your hand to practice, then you're lying, or I'm insane and I need to go journal or something. But yeah, I think it's a lot of it was pulled from authentic, uncomfortable 14-year-old memories I have and things that I was doing to try
No,
to.
making out with the mirror, that was Connor's choice. And I didn't know he did that because I wasn't there. And so seeing that on when I first saw the movie, I was really impressed because like it unlocks a part of yourself. It's almost like just like it's almost like seeing a photo of those like plastic colorful bears that you used to see in like preschool and you're like, "Oh, I forgot those existed." Like I forgot that I did that and that was so genius of you to put that in there.
He just put on music and said, get ready to go kiss the girl, and I pulled out all the stops. But apparently, no one knew. Did you? If you like lick your hand and then smell it, you can like see if you have bad breath. Apparently, that was no one knew about that. Apparently, that was just me. But
Really?
AJ does it.
Wow.
Apparently, it
It
works. I
looks
don't.
great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There we
100%.
go. And this is such a personal film. And Gabe, The Fablemans was also semi-autobiographical, and this is very much, Adam's childhood, the director. What has it meant to get the trust and cosign from these talented directors to tell such personal stories that are directly linked to their real lives?
It's it's when you're working for someone who you can just tell that it means so much to them, where they've lived this and making this is like an existential art piece to themselves, and there's so much like personal stake to them. It feels so good to be a part of that because you feel important and you feel like your contribution is um, making their can make their day. And it's just I think a wonderful catalyst for inspiration and feeling inspired and feeling like you're making something that matters because you can tell they've put so much thought into it and reading a script and breaking it down and realizing that like, oh man, like it's just the best. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it definitely shows in the final product. And Connor, your parents in the film are hilarious. How was it filming those scenes with Gillian and David?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, David Costable and Jillian, they were just they're amazing. I mean, the second they showed up to set, the tone just like shifted for the better. I mean, they're just such veterans. They've been doing it for so long, and it really showed. And yeah, it just felt like I was in a master class. Like I just got to watch two brilliant actors show up and just bounce off each other, and just try not to break. Honestly, between the two of them, they would just run with the scenes, and I would just be in for the ride. But I learned a lot, and so funny, it's just insane. The director's cut on Jillian's scenes will break the internet one day. But yeah, she is hilarious.
Yeah, these are fantastic moments. And Gabe, my last question, you have SNL 1975 coming up. What's most exciting about just, playing a real life legend like Lorne Michaels?
Oh God. Um, oh man. I don't think I'm prepared to answer that just yet. I think it's just like it's an obvious I think Saturday Night Live was a huge part of my upbringing and the best of Chris Farley and Will Ferrell. And when you realize that like all of your comedy heroes come from SNL, it's or like most of them, and who taught them. I mean, it really feels like uh, you're a part of it, and you are, but it's I don't know. Oh God, there's so much there. I don't. It's just it's awesome. It's so cool.